Hello, fiends, and welcome to another horrific edition of Casey's Creepy Creations. Before we begin, I'd like to express my gratitude for helping me reach over 100 subscribers in a little over 2 months. With that in mind, I prepared a very special gift for you. I have decided to attempt the creation of an episodic video series to be put in a playlist. So without any further ado, may I offer you episode 2 of the Dire Wolf Chronicles, entitled The Wolf Among Sheep. As always, we caution that the above video is not suitable for children, and if you suffer from a weak heart, please watch at your own risk. The Wolf Among Sheep. As you may remember, Corrich and his family took up residence on Altair before, a remote frontier world, after he left the service of Emperor Xanthus. He believed himself to be a free man up until one day, after a decade of retirement, when Grand Magister Thulkoroth contacted Corrich, ordering that Corrich must once again do his duty in the name of the Emperor. When Corrich refused, stating that he had already fulfilled his duty to the Empire as a soldier, the Emperor sent a Void Walker to assassinate his family. Corrich, a man etched with the scars of war and grief, was a figure of imposing stature. Gray hair framed his weathered face, and a long gray beard spoke of years spent battling both men and monsters. His massive build hinted at the warrior he once was. He was once the leader of the Dire Wolves, an elite military unit renowned for their ferocity and unwavering loyalty. Corrich had led them through countless battles, always at the forefront of the fight. Driven by a burning desire for vengeance, Corrich had sought to bring Emperor Xanthus to justice for the death of his family. His quest for retribution had consumed him, pushing him to the brink. In his pursuit of vengeance, Corrich had allied himself with Zaritha, a skilled space pilot and a powerful magic user. Together, they had faced seemingly insurmountable odds. Corrich believed he had finally defeated Emperor Xanthus, ending his reign of terror. However, Zaritha remained skeptical, sensing a deeper, more insidious threat lurking in the shadows. Zaritha, ever vigilant, asked Corrich to join her in a new mission, protecting the delicate balance between light and dark in the galaxy. The fate of countless worlds hung in the balance. Though weary of war, Corrich agreed to aid Zaritha. However, their paths diverged, each embarking on their own journey to confront the encroaching darkness. Seeking refuge and a moment of respite, Corrich arrived at a remote frontier colony. He hoped to find camaraderie and solace among former soldiers, men who understood the weight of battle. But instead of peace, he found a colony consumed by a sinister corruption. Imperial forces, once symbols of order, had been twisted and warped by the insidious influence of the Void. Corrich discovered a disturbing scene. Imperial cultists engaged in gruesome blood rituals. Their chanting echoed through the colony, a chilling testament to the darkness that had taken root. Their goal was terrifying: to open a permanent gateway for void entities to invade the galaxy. The very fabric of reality was at risk of being torn asunder. As the rituals intensified, enormous tentacled entities began to partially manifest. Their grotesque forms writhed in the air, a horrifying glimpse of the horrors that awaited if the gateway was fully opened. Corrich knew he couldn't face this threat alone. He had to convince his former soldiers of the impending doom, to awaken the warrior spirit that still slumbered within them. Knowing the power of the Void, Zaritha reached out to Corrich, teaching him defensive luminary incantations. These ancient spells offered a glimmer of hope against the encroaching darkness. Initially, the colony leader welcomed Korich with open arms, offering him shelter and support. He seemed like a beacon of hope in the face of the growing darkness. But appearances can be deceiving. The colony leader was revealed to be the mastermind behind the cultists, the orchestrator of the blood rituals. The revelation was a crushing blow. The colony leader was none other than a dire wolf commander, a man Korich had believed to be dead, lost in a previous battle. Consumed by bitterness and resentment, the colony leader blamed Korich for abandoning the unit, for leaving them to die on the battlefield. His loyalty had twisted into a burning hatred. A desperate struggle erupted as Korich and his allies fought against the void-corrupted Imperials. The colony became a battleground, a desperate fight for survival against overwhelming odds. Korich, drawing upon the luminary abilities Aretha had taught him, unleashed blasts of light to combat the encroaching darkness. His power pushed back against the void's influence, offering a glimmer of hope. In a climactic confrontation, Korich managed to disrupt and reverse the blood ritual. The gateway began to collapse, severing the connection to the void realm. The colony was saved from complete annihilation, but the victory came at a heavy price. The darkness had left its mark, corrupting even the most steadfast souls. Vex Mortain, a trusted lieutenant and a close friend, succumbed to the void's insidious influence. The darkness had found a foothold in his heart, twisting his noble intentions. Corrupted and driven by a twisted desire to fight fire with fire, Vex believed he could harness the power of the void for good. He was convinced that only by embracing the darkness could they hope to defeat it. Driven by his warped convictions, Vex stole an ancient luminary artifact, a relic of immense power. He believed it held the key to controlling the void's energy. Vex fled into the darkness, determined to harness the forbidden magic of the void. His descent into darkness marked a new and terrifying chapter in the fight against the encroaching evil. Korich now faces a dual threat. He must confront the external threat of the void, the entities that seek to consume the galaxy. But even more pressing is the horrifying consequences of Vex's descent into darkness. The luminary artifact in his possession could unleash unimaginable horrors upon the galaxy. The fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. Will Korich be able to stop Vex before he unleashes the full power of the void? The battle has just begun. If you enjoyed this glimpse into Korich's world, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for episode 3 coming soon. Would you like to see me write any literary adaptations for any or all of these episodes? They would be, of course, free to all subscribers. Drop a comment to let me know. Well, boils and ghouls, we've come to the end of yet another terrifying tale. If you've liked what you've seen, please feel free to drop us a like, a comment, or maybe even a subscription. They may seem like little things to you, but they mean a lot to us here at the dungeon. If you liked the video and would like to find out how it was made, click the link in the description below. I am affiliated with Flicky AI and will receive commission if you decide to make a purchase. They also have a free plan as well if you would like to try it out. And by the way, if you like what we've got for you here, then maybe you might want to check out these other YouTubers, Overlord DVD, Theta Zord, Osaka Chandal, and Stark of Iron. Links in description. They're to die for. Thanks, and unpleasant dreams until we meet again.